Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Hawk's Scan Sentry Report. I am Hawk Arps, Vice President of Arps Traders Toolbox, and this is the Scan Sentry Report for the trading week that begins the 27th of May. Well, happy Memorial Day to all of us here in the States. We're thinking with gratitude of those that have served our country in the military in all the ways that they have. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that may be in that position yourself. Today I want to talk about and look at the watch list of stocks that I've generated for Tuesday, and I want to show you how I generate this watch list of stocks. So let's get right to it. So this is the list of tools I have generated for myself to investigate trading on Tuesday the 27th of May. And these are the setups which generated my interest in trading these tools. And most of these setups are identified through tools from the Arps Scan Sentry Toolkit. Things like the TTB Pullback 23, TTB Trend Exhaustion 1, Radar 3, etc. This yellow symbol here, SUPN, indicates that I'm looking to trade this one to the short side. Well, let me show you how I came up with this list. Every day my search for stocks or ETFs to trade begins with my scanner, where I have scheduled for daily scans of the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, and the ARX for many of the setups that I like to trade. I have quite a few of them here, and the ones that say scheduled on the side are the ones that I really do like to trade pretty much every day. You can see we have Trend Exhaustion 2, Trend Exhaustion 1 with the long-term trender, Radar 3 confirmation. It's both long and short. Auto Div, Radar 3, false, etc. And so every day I get these scans, and if I click on one of them, you can see that I get a list of symbols that may be interesting to trade. And then I look at all of them and see which ones might look tradable. When I make that list, then I put them on my watch list here, and you can see here I put them. This is what I've found for last Friday, and I have a whole bunch of tools here that I have information about to tell me, one, what type of trade setup is it, what the close was the day the setup was identified, relative strength to the S&P, what its volatility is, a lot of different statistical information to help me keep track of my trading. So here's the ones for Friday. Let's take a look at them and see what they look like. So here is my list. You can see down here that I came up with after Friday's close that the scanner identified from different setups. And it looks like there's 7 of them. And let's just go through each one at a time and talk about the setup and how it looks. Here we have IVV, which is an ETF, a core S&P 500, and this is a combination pullback 23 from a trend line breakout. You can see we've got a trend line breakout on this bar and a pullback 23 on the next bar. So this is a long setup. We've got good Radar 3 trend strength and rising fear greed, rising buying, and we're looking bullish on the triple trender. This is the weekly chart. As you can see, it's in a pretty nice up move, but we do have some kind of signal here, a Trend Exhaustion 3 on a recent bar, so that is something to be careful about. And then this is a 6-minute chart. Down here shows me basically what the last trading day looked like, and it was pretty strong on the last trading day. The next one on my list is HMC, Honda Motor Company, and this is a setup where I look for a stock that has strong Arps scores in all of the main tools. For instance, Radar 1 is rising. You can see right here, Radar 1 is rising. It's actually turned into buying pressure with with the MACD. The radar 2 is rising and the fast is above the slow, although we are overbought. Radar 3 is rising rapidly. We've just got all three trenders coincided. So it looks for strength in the Arps tools, but it's looking for something in the lower 25% of its 52-week channel. So this is kind of a bottom feeder setup, and this one actually has been firing for several days. I think I got the first signal on this one 2 or 3 days ago, and it's still firing. I actually would expect a little bit of a pullback, and then I might be interested in buying it because it's gone a little bit too far for me right now. Okay, SUPN, this is a short setup from my trend exhaustion 1, 2, 3. You can see we got pullback 23 and trend exhaustion 1 short, both on the couple bars ago, or 1 bar ago. And so this looks like a nice pullback in a downtrend. We also, it's not marked here, have a trender pullback on the long-term trender. We're seeing strong selling in the fear greed on those previous lows. There's no divergences here. And we even see pullback divergences right here, where this trend line shows us we're making lower highs, but we have higher highs in the oscillator. So this is one I'm looking at for a shorting opportunity on Tuesday. CENX has a nice trend exhaustion 1 bullish signal on this nice engulfing bar, and it looks like a nice pullback off of this uptrend line. We are a little concerned about a couple of things on this one. I'm looking at divergences in radar 1, in other words lower highs in the radar 1 while we're making higher highs here. So this one I'm not quite as excited about. We've also can see that radar 3 is already bearish, so this one probably won't thrill me too much as far as a trading opportunity, but it did make my list for something to watch on Tuesday. LZB, this is a radar 3 false signal, which is a bullish one in this case. You can see we had radar 3 crossing below the 0 line, but it's showing strength. It's the color blue. Now it's rolled back up, so this is an opportunity to look for a bullish move. This is what we call radar 3 false, and you can see the radar 2 has shown acceleration starting to identify itself, and we're starting to see some increasing buying again. So here in Lazy Boy, I'm looking for an opportunity for a long trade. I also like the fact that as the price was making lower lows here, my fear greed indicator has been making higher and higher lows pretty much the whole time. So these are nice divergences in the fear greed, and so that combined with the radar 3 false gives me a sense that this might be a good bullish trading opportunity. Okay, now these last two are identified as weekly pullbacks. You can see this one is this Fincer is a pullback on the weekly chart. So this might be a longer term trading opportunity. It's pulled back to this major support level here, identified by the white line. We did get a nice oversold signal not too long ago, and I'm seeing again pullback divergences here and here. So where are we? Here I'm seeing pullback divergences where you get lower lows in the oscillator amidst higher lows in the price. So the last one that was another weekly pullback opportunity, you can see it pulled back to this major support level here, is also showing divergences in radar 1, which I like. That's pretty much a criteria in almost every one of my trades, is nice divergences in radar 1. Acceleration, looks like all three trenders are now bullish. This case I might look for a pullback into the short or medium term trender. Ideally I would find a better entry price that way, but it's one that I'm looking at this week for my watch list. I want to thank you for taking some of your precious time to follow us here at the Scan Sentry Report. I hope that it's helpful to you. Now, I want to remind you, however, that the examples shown here are for purely educational purposes. Jan Arps Trader's Toolbox is not licensed to make any buying or selling recommendations. We are licensed, however, to make some of the most well-reputed and most powerful technical analysis tools in the trading universe. And I appreciate you taking a little bit of time to learn more about them. With that being said, I wish all the best for you and in the trading. May the trend be with you.